All right, so you're looking into precious metal ETFs, and you've hit the classic crossroads, right? Do you go for the rock-solid stability of gold, or do you take a shot on the high-flying potential of silver? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break it all down so you can figure out which one really fits your game plan.
Okay, let's dive right in. Probably the best way to get a handle on these two is to think of them like they have their own unique personalities. You've got gold over here, kind of the timeless, reliable guardian of wealth, and then you've got silver, the scrappy, industrious challenger, full of potential, but definitely has a bit of a wild side. So first up, let's talk about the reigning champ, gold. I mean, for literally thousands of years, people have seen it as a financial fortress. It's where investors run for cover when the economic storms start brewing.
At the end of the day, gold's power really comes from its history, its legacy. It works as a hedge because pretty much everyone on the planet, from you and me to the biggest central banks, agrees it has value. And because of that global agreement, it's way less volatile, which makes it a really reassuring thing to have in your corner.
If you wanted to translate a gold ETF into stock market lingo, it's basically a blue-chip dividend stock. You don't buy it hoping for some crazy explosive growth overnight. Nah, you buy it because it's dependable and it's built to preserve your wealth for the long haul.
Okay, let's switch gears and talk about our other contender, silver. This one is the ultimate workhorse of the precious metals world. And trust me, it's a completely different animal.
So what's so fascinating about silver is that it's living this double life. On one hand, yeah, it's a precious metal, but on the other, it's a critical, can't-live-without-it component in, well, everything. We're talking solar panels, electric cars, your smartphone. This means its price isn't just about what investors are feeling, it's literally tied to the pulse of global industry and tech innovation.
So let's go back to our analogy. If gold is that steady blue-chip stock, a silver ETF is way more like a hot tech growth stock. It's much more volatile, which means bigger swings up, but also bigger swings down. But with that higher risk comes the potential for some seriously higher returns, especially when industry is firing on all cylinders.
All right, so we've met the players, we know their personalities. Now let's get them in the ring and actually look at the hard data. How did they really stack up when you put them side by side?
First off, just look at the sheer difference in market size. I mean, it's not even close. The gold market is an absolute giant, and it completely dwarfs the silver market. And because the silver market is so much smaller, it takes a lot less money moving in or out to cause some really big price swings. That's a huge reason why it's so much more volatile.
And this table right here, this gets right to the heart of it. The key difference? Industrial use. For gold, only about 10% of it is used in industry, but for silver, it's over half. This directly ties silver's fate to the health of the global economy, which makes it a much more aggressive, risk-on type of investment compared to the conservative, risk-off nature of gold.
And if we drill down on gold, you can see that its demand is almost entirely about its status as a store of value. You've got jewelry, investment bars, and central banks buying it up. Technology? It's just that tiny little sliver of the pie.
Now look what happens when we switch to silver. The whole chart just flips upside down. That huge blue slice for industrial applications, that is the engine that drives the silver market. So when factories are humming and tech is booming, the demand for silver gets a massive tailwind.
Okay, so we've got the data, we get the personalities. How in the world do you actually pick your champion? Which ETF is the right one for your portfolio?
It really just boils down to asking yourself 3 simple questions. First, how much risk can you honestly stomach? Second, what are you trying to accomplish with this investment? And third, are you in this for the short run or the long haul? Your answers are going to point you right where you need to go.
Let's make it even simpler. You pick a gold ETF if you're trying to play defense. Think of it as insurance for your portfolio to protect against bad times. You pick a silver ETF if you're trying to play offense, if you're looking for higher growth and you want to bet on the future of technology and green energy.
So here's the most important takeaway from all of this. There is no single better investment here. Gold isn't automatically better than silver or vice versa. The only thing that truly matters is which one is a better fit for your own personal goals and your comfort level with risk.
And that's really the final question you've got to ask yourself. In the story of your portfolio, what part are you trying to cast? Are you looking for a steady guardian to protect what you've already built? Or are you looking for a dynamic catalyst to spark brand new growth? The answer will tell you everything you need to know.